Alright, next set for the round 16, Laufey versus Tyr. We have the home maps of Hideout and Quarry. And Quarry is also not allowed in the round 16, so maybe we'll need to make some adjustments here as well. And see if they can find a way to do it. Solve it, maybe ask for a replay of the match in question. It's nice when people read the rules, isn't it? So yeah, Hideout and Quarry are the maps. We'll just cast them and take the issue from there. First game, always Arabia. Looks like someone enjoys infantry here. And we have Mayans again, we have Malay, Byzantines, Lithuanians. Not your two common picks, Lithuanians, Cavalry Civilization, West War, Streamline towards Archers maybe. But I guess Mayans will be the Arabia's infantry, and then Laufey, Mongols first pick. That, but Mongols makes more sense for the other maps here. I think maybe we're gonna see Vikings then. That's not the solution, Arsak, no. Anyway, we'll cast the set and deal with the issues later. We have Mayans for Tyr, we have Laufey with the Vikings, and they start quite close to each other. So it's an interesting spawn for the players here. Mayans would generally not attempt infantry openings like rushes or men-at-arms because they start with slightly less resources, and while they start with one more villager, they're punished with some 50 less wood to begin with, and I think 50 less food as well. While the Vikings have a fantastic economy, they get wheelbarrow and handcart instantly once they reach the next stage. See you around, Hoya. Vikings would start with infantry, very likely, since their infantry is a civilization bonus. And getting more hit points on them, 20% more, I believe. Forward gold for the Vikings, not ideal. Side gold may be secureable if we wall to the edge here. And this one is out of the question, of course. Out of the far out. That's going to be one for later. Nice town center spot, though. Why did you get auto-centered, maybe? What kind of nasty words are you writing? The back of the base for some. Oh, a little bit unfortunate sheep positioning here. Now pushing in the hunt, bringing in the boar at the same time. Lots of multitasking here. Zero idleness time for the mines. They start with getting loom in most cases because they have they are pop capped from the beginning with the starting scout and 4 villagers. Only 4 on each boar here. That's stretching it a bit. There's going to be quite a bit of decay, but being the mines and having long-lasting resources, it's at least not as bad as with generic civilizations. Relatively early scouting for Laufey here. It's got moving out in the minute 5 to try to find the opponent. We'll probably look to these areas first and not the close area over here. We'll see with the progression here for the Vikings if there's a builder going to gold at 20 pop, then it could be the Minotaurs opening. It could just be the straight archers or straight skirmishers for Vikings as well, just to react to what the mines most likely will be doing. Starting the wall off here for the mines. Here comes the barracks as well. Did not click up to the next stage yet. Looks like it's going to be a 22 population up, but with 0 idle towns at the time for the mines. And they're still going to have a very respectable uptime comparing with the Mongols. 21 pop here. Also just completed the barracks, just now going to gold. A bit late to the gold, so it might just be 2 militia to become men at arms here. Or just maybe the third one is added a little bit later. Ooh, but Laufey about to lose the scout now. Nope, does not get any sheep on the way and just has a laugh about losing the scout there. Unfortunate, but at least he knows the location of the Mines town center. If Vikings survive, I think I would prefer them late game. Yeah. Vikings at least have light cab to raid in the late game. And they have their economy advantage to build up along the way. Weird map, yeah, everything is on the right hand side here, isn't it? Quite close, quite open. Champ, Skirm, Odegaard. You don't get siege engineers though, do you, as Vikings? That hurts a bit. But, and also if the mines get to plumed archers. Oh, you do? Ah, it's never really checked. But I would say that Vikings have better trash options than Vessel Civilizations, of course, because they have the cavalry line. As opposed to the Vessel that are kind of dependent upon Eagles for the mobility and raiding. Good infantry aggression here, by the way. I mean, the men-at-arms upgrade a bit late. A 4th militia being added here as well. Yeah, but so have trash. But you have the Hult Javelineers for the Mayans, so the skirmishers fire an additional arrow. I've seen Hoye make good use of that. Oh, potential kill here. Oh, successfully taking two off one woodland here. First few archers in production here. Yeah, decent wood income still. Taking the stragglers and got a new lumber camp up. Maya is also the only Native American civ that don't get slotted. Yeah, they don't have redemption, so they can never convert stables to get Solotl warriors. So the only map you'll be getting Solotl warriors with Mayans is on mega random or hyper random maps that start with a stable. Or maps that start with a stable. So, still no eco kills for Laufey. Tyr is defending decently, Men-at-Arms chasing there, but pulled away just in time. Well, I guess the archer will clean that one up. No blacksmith yet, so no fletching for Tyr for a while. Tries to block the villager, finally gonna get one eco kill there and keeping that woodland away or idled as well. Mayans off to a pretty rough start here. Let's go Andy. Is it Andy again? Why is everyone Andy? I don't think either of these are Andy. Not yet, anyway. Maybe I'll change my mind. No fletching, but Tyr still keeps up the men-at-arms with the archers, but is also subject to archers' fire at the woodland. Gonna lose a villager here, perhaps. Let's see. Good archers micro there from Laufey, but with no fletching, you could actually fight archers as well. Zero Andy means Akkal confirmed. Yeah, you saw the men-at-arms, right? Usually I would never pick a Viking soul, but maybe I would do that just to mind game people. I didn't draft a single one. No, I drafted only one of my favorite sims for my set. Make of that what you will. We're about to be full wall for the Vikings there, so Laufey setting up nicely to begin with a good aggression. Now got an equal lead over the Mayans, but Tyr may have a healthier farming economy running behind this, so that's good. Ah, okay, they're quite even. Yeah, I think Laufey is going to get to the Castle Age first here with good margins. Now, military-wise, Tyr is ahead. It's not going to be that far behind to the cast stage, maybe 1 minute. Archers are cheaper for the mines, so it's easier to pass them. It's also about to be 2 ranges for Tyr to the one of Laufey. No walling? This is walling. Is that auto scout actually? No. So it's actually less than a minute. It's about 40-45 seconds in the cast late transition here. Seems like more consistent army production from Tyr. However, Laufey committing to skirmishes and another barracks as well. Is he expecting the eagle switch here? So he'll go into longswords just in case the Mayans player commits to eagles. I mean, there aren't any additional barracks here from Tyr yet. So that second and third barracks is a bit puzzling, but if you get to mass longswords with Vikings here, that could be beastly as well, as long as you're keeping the Mayans archers numbers contained. Skirmish are going down, but that doesn't really matter that much here. It's funny they don't have any escape here. There's lots of walls and no gate to move through. Of course, you just delete the palisade and move the armies through, but yeah, they need some point of escape. We are going infantry here! Okay, this has to be one of our infantry fanboys. Now I'm actually going to reinforce my idea that Laufey could be Nope. Nope likes infantry, and VV likes infantry as well. Seems a bit too safe for Nope though, so... Let's see. 10 longswords and counting, triple barracks, and Tyr has no idea. Obviously, eagles won't make any sense whatsoever here. We are missing the castle age upgrade for the infantry. I think the +2 defense would help a little bit against the crossbow mass of Tyr. We also need some. We will be needing some siege from Laufey here, I think. Second town center is up on the woodline, so that's not going to... Uh-oh. Not having too much luck with the longswords investment yet. Here comes the siege workshop semi-forward though, so that certainly helps out. They're getting kind of efficient here. +2 defense is in, and range is going down. Production capabilities are going to become an issue for Tyr if this keeps up. 20 longswords and counting. There are also Vikings longswords, so they have extra hit points. Longswords. Oh, that Tyr is rebuilding so quickly. I mean, you could start taking out houses and be proper annoying to Tyr here now. He doesn't really have more houses than he has to have. So if you take out the houses as well now, then Tyr is actually going to get pop-capped. And if you get enough longswords, you can even take out town centers. Mangonel moving forward. Let's have a look here. Nice split. Yeah, I mean, Reddit has been screaming for infantry buffs for ages. I don't... Oh! Is that Gambeson's technique for the attack? Okay, they didn't get it yet. Vikings don't get Gambesons, right? Or however you... Gambeso, however you... call it that. Cav buff and Monk's nerf will next. Monk's nerf is definitely happening. Unfortunately. But the way we've seen it in the recent tournaments. Now that the pros have discovered Monk's Arsak, the non-arena players, then the Monks are going to be nerfed too. They're going to make it like a standardized conversion time or something. Alright. Laufey takes the first game. GG lol. Let's browse through the stats and go to the next game. Yeah, imagine discovering monks in 2023 Arsak, or 2022 possibly. That's... Yeah. They haven't been used frequently until very recently. So just a quick browse to the stats there. That's the first map going into Laufey's hands, winning with the Vikings over the Mayans with longswords, basically. Which means we're going to the home map of... wait. Tyr, which is Quarry, which is also not allowed in the RO16, but we'll get back to that if need be. So let's go to this one. Quarry coming up here. It's not a map for the RO16, and something we will address later if Tyr should happen to win this match. Malay is a very strong pick for this map. Mongols might not necessarily be as strong, but there's lots of hunt here, so that's probably the reason for the Mongols pick here. And with that hunt, if you push in some extra deer, you could get a super fast feudal age time and start pressuring the opponent with towers, men-at-arms, archers, depending. Boring. What's boring? Such a nice first message. Quarry is landlocked on the sides, or it's locked with trees on the sides, so you don't really... Unless you're Arsak, we played practice games and he decided to wall off the sides, found that to be a good idea. You don't really need to. Unless you're afraid someone actually moves over there to place a lot of camp to cut through. I forgot his shit pushed in and it was boring. I'm not sure if I understand what you're trying to say. But sure. If you're bored, then don't watch. Isn't it as simple as that? You can resign again. Right. So what's the plan? This map might even... Wait, I was going to say you could go scouts, but that's... I suppose it's... You can wall in towards the TC relatively easily. Berisar is really forward as well. And Tyr says, no, don't you dare go blocking my deer luring. Oh! Oh! Advanced move there. Hopping into the TC and garrisoning the villagers. Take the deer like that, so not a low level player, this person, most likely. Definitely some deer pushing from the Mongols here. Heavy on the food, got 4 on wood as well with the red boots on. My mom is blonde with big boobs here. You're not really contributing to this this chat, are you? See you around, or not. Weird how some people find it so enjoyable to write just negative and random things. Yeah, lovely dudes. Looks like we have some early men-at-arms here. 18-ish pop up. No. It's gonna be 22 actually. I see men-at-arms. What am I saying? I mean Drush, obviously. And we're not gonna go to the villages. Why would you Drush here though? Is it because the berries are forward and a lot of the food is so exposed? Shouldn't really pose any big issues as wall-walling the aggression out here on this map and walling towards the CC, especially not on Tyr's side here. It's already doing it. But Laufey definitely enjoys infantry, so this could be Nope or Vevi, in my eyes. So close to the DC, it's dangerous. Don't think that Drush will accomplish too much here. But then again, even with the Drush here with the Mongols, you're gonna get to the feudal age very quickly to follow up with archers. Because of the... Yeah, Malay is easily the better civ here for this map. You'll get up fast regardless of that because of the fast food income on the hunt. So I guess it's a means to claim the map nice and early for the Mongols. To be able to take that faraway hunt and just long distance hunt it. Yeah, but Mongols wasn't really played a lot for this map in Hidden Cup, but then again Mongols was banned quite a bit because of their frequent usage on Bay and stuff like that as well. And just look at how you don't even need to worry about walling insides. There's only one point of entry. So if the Malay player succeeds in walling off the complete area here, then you have safe gold access, you have safe stone access, you have safe everything and can secure economy and just defend and push back and dictate the pace of the game yourself. Forgot kicking up. It's Malay, it's fine. Village in for Laufey and archer range going up. Or both of the players. Really rushing it up here actually. One very weak villager at that. This, I suppose the right hand side here could be a concern if Tyr doesn't block this area. Woodline seems nice and safe from Archer's aggression. That's not going to be an issue until crossbows over there, so that's fine. Some hefty, intense Strangler tree picking here as well. 6 on gold. Laufey knows it's open over here now. The Archer's follow-up is on the way. And you should be able to just path around here and deny the gold for that area. And no skirmishers, surprisingly enough, for Tyr here, even though the Mongols player was up earlier and is very likely going to go for the archers. The scouting intelligence also very limited for the blue player, as we don't have any scout anymore. Starting scout is dead. They're somewhat tied in RV numbers. Tyr, slight eco advantage because of the faster uptime of the Malay, but slightly higher idle lease time as well. So could have had even more of an advantage. Now skirmish is added by Laufey actually. Reacting to the Malay archers investment. The Malay player has fletching, but Laufey does not. So that's a concern for the Mongols player here. Thanks for the follow. I am Padas. Appreciate that. Alright, so Tyr is playing it relatively defensively here, keeps the archers at home close to the gold, investing into more farms, while Laufey seems to be walling off the full area, at least will do so eventually. That Mongol hunt is nice because it gives you, well, it delays your need for farms, which means it's going to be easier to pump out the archers through those wood savings, and since you collect the hunt more quickly as well, you'll be able to get to the Castle Age sooner with the faster food income as well. Look at the eco setup here. It's just one, when these guys have dropped off their food, Laufey can go Castle Age. No upgrades on the archers either, so there must be some different kind of plan for the Castle Age here rather than the crossbow follow-up. Either that or they just forgot, but it's blacksmith is there, so if you wanted to play consistent, well, play the archers crossbows noble here, you'd definitely have invested into fletching quite a while ago. Army count, dead even. Eco count, dead even. But Laufey still closer by far, economy-wise, to get to the castle age. But he needs to click it. Needs to bring in that food as well. I don't. Oh, okay. Here's some long-distance hunters over here. Why the defense? Why no fletching? Must have forgotten. Maybe it's a hotkey issue or something that you think you'd research fletching, but actually didn't. That's so confusing. Horse collar coming in for the next wave of farms. I think we're through walled here. Unless there's passage through the houses somehow. No, Lou would have found it if that was open. So, yeah, Laufey, sealed and safe at home base. Matches the military numbers, will reach the castle age earlier, which means that forward siege will be an option to push this area. And the Malay needs to get up ASAP. Actually isn't fully walled on this side either. It's not the best time to take a fight for Laufey though. Laufey. Because castle age is only 45 seconds away. But maybe there are enough skirmishes here to justify this fight. No fletching! It hurts a lot here to not have that range. It means the Tyr will always outrange the armies. $16 to 8 now. That's going to be cleanup of the Malay armies. Yes, we're going to enter the castle age here for Laufey, but that is still about 1 minute behind. And with no army to benefit from that. Oh, the town center in the middle for Laufey, so controlling the middle, getting some very consistent gold access in the middle over there. As our Malay player adds another range. 2 more ranges, in fact. And we'll try to remass the units ASAP. What's the stable about? It's going to be elephants now. Malay cavalry doesn't really make sense unless it's the cheap elephants. But they're rather slow even if they're tanky. Only 11 on wood for Laufey, so it's going to be tough to create forward siege here unless you have a market to help her. Yeah, 3rd town center on the stone at home base as well, so a forward castle is in the long-term planning here for the red player. Only skirmishes now. Cavalry archers, okay. Mongols cavalry archers. So no middle mid-castle age switch to cavalry here for the Mongols, like the knights, but rather the cavalry archers, which provides great mobility and good raiding options. You could still path around here because it's still open and start obstructing the resource access, but looks like we're going with a shortcut here for Laufey. Just gonna punch through the palisade here, and not much Tyr can do about that because there's range units here to deny any rewalling behind. 2nd town center on the stone for Tyr as well. Thinking about that defensive castle. Mongols cavalry archers fire a little bit more quickly as well. Just like the Mangadai, so fire fast. We need to move in to actually obstruct some resources here now, though. It's army advantage for Tyr for sure. And here comes the monastery for Tyr. What's that about? It's about collecting the relics for gold income as the gold sources get obstructed, maybe. It's also not wall on this side. Playing it very open here, Tyr. Only 4 cavalry archers. Long-term plan might still be the Mangadai. It's very close to the stone needed to drop a forward castle now. Which an ideal spot might be over here. Or maybe over here as well, to have some elevation advantage. light cab for Tyr. So that was the reason for the stable, seeing the skirmishers. But with cavalry archers behind, the light cab will struggle to get close enough to the skirmishers. They're both making skirmishers, and to be fair, there are still... Botkin has been in for a while for the Mongols. Yeah, the equal upgrades, but Laufey just has more of them. Almost there collecting relics as well. While Tyr tries to get conversions in on the cavalry archers without success. I think that defensive castle goes up. That's a good one. Prevents entry from this area even without walling. But here comes the forward castle of Laufey. And Laufey isn't playing around here. Oh, okay. Bails on that one. Realizing that the army numbers have diminished a little bit. And now goes for a secure in the middle instead. Also pulls the villagers towards home base here. Laufey is a little bit scared of the Malay situation here. I mean, if the Malay player gets to the Imperial Legion, gets to the bomber cannons and armalists, it's going to be tougher for the Mongols to handle here. But neither player has any significant military at work at this time. Karambits from Tyr. Some Karambit raids here, then the monk gets conversion, but the castle will complete. I think even with the Karambits meddling in here, there are cav archers to get some small hits in. Not overcommitting to the castle. Still, I think it will complete. Reconverting some villagers as well. Yeah, that's gonna go up. Positioning is a little bit weird. But it provides a strategic fallback point. I guess we'll see Mangonai being produced now, unless it's just going to be Imperial Age and Treb pushing this castle, which would also make sense. Take care of the defensive fortifications so you can push inside. Outposts on the sides as well, just to make sure a warning will be given if the opponent tries to cut through or chop through sides at some point. 2 relics for Laufey, it's about to be a 3rd one. Probably this one as well. Oh, he's getting ready to drop through to find another point of entry. I like that. That's something that Blue has no idea about for the time being. Keeps all archer close to the edge here though, so that should give an indication if anything is moving in that direction. Mongols Karambit Warrior raiding the home base of Tyr. Nice. But gets converted or deleted. Siege massing up on this side. Laufey with lots of economy in the back. Again going for the infantry approach here. That's going to be a... it's going to be champions and drill siege from the Mongols here. That's an unconventional approach. Another castle in the middle as well to contest this one with trebuchets from that area. Tyr with castle in the back as well, but nowhere near that Imperial Age click. Very low on wood income. But that's because the lumber camp is being replenished in the back here. Yeah, Mongols really assuming the map here. I think Laufey has good reason to believe this game goes into his hands. Conscription before anything here. Captram, they are going to be stuffed with 200 swordsmen and champions from this side. Just a few cavalry archers out and about. Tyr isn't really making any sense here. I think he expects more cavalry archers, maybe Mangodai, so he's going into skirmishers here. But in reality, Laufey is going to push this with siege and rams from the side. Probably going to get into drill as well. Does he have a market to transition the resources here? Oh, nice. Smart house placement in the back over there as well. Yeah, Tyr's weakness here is definitely scouting. Doesn't know much about what's going to happen on the sides. Laufey is through in here, has 6 barracks, or soon to have 6 barracks, so it's going to pop out some cap rams, maybe soon to become siege rams as well, which will be stuffed full of 200 swordsmen, or even champions. And then what do you do when you're not prepared to deal with that? Don't really see how Tyr would deal with that, except for massing ridiculous amounts of karambits, and that's not really an option with the economy currently at work here for the blue player. Cavalry archers go down, yes, but Laufey has other plans. I don't think Laufey minds too much the castles going down in the middle here now, getting drilled, so he's researching it in the castle that's not going down. There are some karambits and elite skirmishes to raid here once these defensive buildings have been dealt with the trebuchets, but the fact remains that Tyr doesn't have any response to a siege ram drill 200 swordsman push here. And there's more to come here. Just look at the food and gold setup. So much gold in the bank as well. 3 relics may be partly responsible for that. And just relocating a lot of the villagers to other resources because there's so much gold in the bank from this from the gold mining curve already done. I mean, Laufey has barely been investing gold into military at all. Made a few skirmishes, made a few cavalry archers. Yes, the castle goes down, but I'm pretty sure drill did complete in time. That was just barely, but it's in. And a surprise attack from blue now. Doesn't see it. Oh! Here we go. If these guys are going to go straight for the trebs or for the castles, or... Yeah, it's going for the castle. And these are stuffed with 200 swordsmen with full defense upgrades. That castle should be crumbling like paper at this point. Yes, Tyr is pushing forward towards Laufey's base as well, but it doesn't really matter with all the resources in the bank here, and the fact that there's barely anything to react to the siege rams pushing in here. A couple more are going to be joining in here, and it's 10 barracks now producing the 200 swordsmen. This base is going to be obliterated in no time with this kind of push, which Tyr just isn't prepared for. All the skirmishes and trebuchets pushing, and hasn't even reached the main economy of Laufey just yet. Laufey. I don't know how that's supposed to be pronounced. But one thing is for sure is that Tyr's base is about to go down in history here. Mongols drill siege, that's just not something you mess around with. It moves so fast, take out buildings so quickly. And the great strategical choice of Laufey to hide on the side here as well. And just chop through, don't even need honor. Just gonna keep moving in here and not even worry about the... Okay, sending some 200s over here to clean up the forward as well. We are definitely approaching GG territory here. At least he killed the outpost topside. Villagers fighting siege rams. That's gonna take them a while unless they have sappers. That might help. Karambits being created from the castle as well. They create quickly, and they can definitely deal with the siege rams. They are going to struggle a lot more against the 200 swordsmen. Forward cleaned up. castle going up in the middle again for Laufey over here, and champion and handcart now on the way. No more siege trams for the time being, but with the castle completing here, you could make trebuchets instead to deal with this castle. So Tyr will try to re-establish some economic efforts here, but the fact is that Tyr now stands with about 10% of the map, while Laufey is just dominating the rest here. DC in the middle, the gold again as well. Not really struggling for gold anytime soon. And I guess this DC was taken out by the trebuchet push a while ago, but that's also just being rebuilt. So surprise factor wasn't enough to take Tyr completely out here, but there's no way the Malay player pushes this back at this point, to be honest. It's half the economy. There, siege tower. Yeah, you could drop in here maybe and take out the drill siege tower. I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever seen a drill siege tower. That's funny. So we're done with the siege trams and we're moved on to siege towers apparently. Yeah. I think this is just Laufey memeing about the fact that this game he has in the pocket. He's just enjoying the dominant situation he's currently in. Lots of economy still at work and in the bank. Never really threatened that match at home base. And Tyr says GG, good luck next. Put up a decent fight against Mongols, but not enough to move on to the round of 8. Okay, eco's not that different considering the pressure that Laufey put on, but still enough obviously for the Mongols to have a huge advantage. I was thinking about the gold income that looked so high for Laufey as well. It's just didn't spend that much gold until the Imperial Range and the appropriate upgrades were in. Drill and siege ram. Drill completed just before the castle went down, so that could have been a minor issue, but it still wouldn't have made that much of a difference for the strength of the push that was champions and siege traps. Totally by surprise to the Malay.